What's up, guys? Welcome back to Chiefs Chat. Today, we need to have a discussion, okay? I just got done watching the Chargers versus Raiders game. Now, I want to preface this by saying you guys probably saw the Chiefs versus Broncos game recap that I just posted not too long ago, probably about a couple of minutes ago. And yes, I am making these videos on the same night. But hey, look at me. I'm wearing a different shirt, So I kind of at least tried to make it look like it was a different day, a different kind of vibe, a different kind of setting. But yeah, I will say, I've got a lot to talk about. I just do. I wanted to get that game recap done and over with so that I could talk about the AFC playoff picture. But first of all, okay, like I said, I just got done watching the Chargers-Raiders game. That was the craziest game of the year. I think we can all agree that was the best game, that was the best NFL game of the entire year. It was insane. And as a Chiefs fan, it's crazy watching your AFC rivals, It's like watching your kids grow up. Oh, you guys are doing so good. You guys are playing so good. We all know the Chiefs own the AFC West, so it's kind of fun seeing those guys ball out. But at the same time, these guys, Justin Herbert, Derek Carr, these guys are making incredible throws. Their weapons are making incredible catches. It's just great, It brings a tear to my eye. As much as I hate both of these football teams, these guys, they play their hearts out. It's crazy. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that it would get that close? Everybody was talking about the potential for this game being a tie, Oh, if they end up just doing an intentional tie, then both of them will make the playoffs. Everybody was excited for that to be a possibility, And it almost happened, which is just the crazy part. It almost happened, but it wasn't intentional. They unintentionally almost tied. Man, the NFL, can we all agree, okay? I don't care if you're a Jaguars fan watching this right now, if you're a Colts fan, if you're an Eagles fan, if you're a Bengals fan, I don't even care. If you are watching this right now, can we all just sit back and appreciate the direction that the NFL is going in nowadays? Because the level of talent in the league right now, take a look at the AFC alone. So many stacked teams, so many fantastic teams that just barely missed out on the playoffs. The Colts and the Chargers are the two that come to mind first. It's absurd how much talent the league has nowadays. That we're watching these two 9-7 football teams, the Raiders and the Chargers. We're watching them just play their hearts out to win this football game. It's just inspirational. My gosh, I hate both of these teams. I don't like the Chargers. I don't like the Raiders. But I gotta respect the level of passion. I gotta respect, just these guys, walking onto that football field and putting their hearts out. Just playing like there's no tomorrow. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's absurd. And that field goal, that game-winning field goal by the Raiders at the end of the game, I didn't know what to think, That right there was the difference between us playing the Raiders and playing the Steelers in the first round of the playoffs. And I can't say I'm disappointed, because after watching that game, I'm a little scared of the Raiders. Gosh, look at the way they were playing. They were fantastic. But man, we're going into the wild card game. We're going to play the Pittsburgh Steelers, and, I'm confident. I would have been confident going against the Raiders. I would have been confident either way, to be honest. But yeah, playing the Steelers, we did just crush them a couple of games ago. But man, we just got to think about what's going on here, okay? There's levels to this. You guys don't even understand. There's levels to this because we're going in, okay, next week. Pittsburgh, they're coming to Kansas City, and this is going to be Big Ben's last game ever. Think about it, okay? Think about what's on Big Ben's mind right now. He's got to go to Arrowhead Stadium in the playoffs. There is no way that Big Ben is sitting at home right now thinking, I'm going to play another couple of games of football in my career. There's no way that he thinks he's going to make it past the wild card round. I wouldn't be surprised if he walked out there and just said, hey, let's just have some fun. Let's just throw a couple of, huge bombs down the field first play of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if he just all or nothing, full send. I think that's the mentality that Big Ben is at right now. It's his final game in his career. He's got Chase Claypool. He's got Deontay Johnson. You know, he's got some weapons. Let's just gun it down the field. I think Big Ben, that might be the mentality he's having. You know, wouldn't be surprised. But gosh, man, it's just crazy the way things are shaking up in the AFC. The playoff picture is officially set, and I will be making a full playoff prediction soon, so watch out for that. But in this episode, I just wanted to talk about what's on my mind. I mean, because it's crazy. I mean, this is just insane. This is a historic moment for the NFL, for the league. My gosh, I mean, I just feel like I needed to sit down and talk about, I mean, we just need to appreciate what's going on. I just feel like we have to just take a look at the amount of talent that's in this league and really just sit back and appreciate what's going on. I mean, this is coming from a Chiefs fan. This is coming from a Chiefs fan born and raised in Kansas City. I've been watching Chiefs for about 12 years now, and I'm still just sitting at these two teams, and I'm like, I gotta respect, you know, I just gotta respect the passion that both of these two teams showed. I mean, another thing is, I mean, the Raiders, I mean, it looked as if they were ready to run the clock out. I mean, it looked as if they were just like, we're done. This game's over. Let's just both get into the playoffs. You know, they're not trying to risk anything else. That's what it looked like they were doing. But then the Chargers call a timeout. The Chargers call a timeout when it seemed like they were the team with their backs against the wall. I mean, what a move there by Staley. I'm not sure. I got to question Brandon Staley on that call. I think he, you know, it looked as if the Chargers, you know, they just kind of gave their season away right there with that call. Because it looked like the Raiders were ready to just give up. I mean, it looked like they were ready to run the clock down. I did watch post-game. I did see what Derek Carr had to say. He did say that at no point during that game were they not looking to win. But I got to question that statement because it looked like they were ready to run the clock down. I mean, imagine what would have happened if they just said, screw it. We're running the clock down. We're doing an intentional tie. I mean, I was low-key hoping for that to happen because that would have been historic. But at the same time, like I said, I respect the level of passion. I respect the winner-go-home mentality by both of these teams. And I gotta say, you know, it's inspirational. It's really inspirational. I mean, when you've played your heart out like that, I mean, your starting quarterback is getting hurt, but he's still making plays. He's still somehow pulling off these crazy fourth down conversions. I mean, I can't even count. Like, I can't even recall how many fourth down conversions he had to make. And they were not easy fourth down conversions. I mean, this was 4th and 10, 4th and 9. I mean, this is insane. Justin Herbert, this guy is going to be a problem in the NFL. He's going to be a problem in the AFC West. I hate to admit it, he's going to be a problem for the Chiefs. I mean, this guy, he's incredible. I mean, he plays with so much passion, and he's able to make those crazy plays, you know, 4th and long. He just makes it happen. I don't understand it. You know, I thought the game was over, but he was just making these plays. I mean, I don't even have a reasonable explanation for how he was doing it. I mean, it's just wild. It's crazy. I mean, to think that, you know, we won a football game against that team in crunch time. I mean, Justin Herbert is a scary dude. I mean, he is not a guy that you want to play around with. You know, that's what I'm kind of taking away from this Chargers football team after that game. But hey, like I said, I mean, not even they are good enough to make the postseason. I mean, it's crazy. It is wild. It is absolutely crazy. And then you take a look at the Colts, who narrowly missed out on a playoff opportunity this week. People were talking about how they're going to make the Super Bowl. Okay, 2 weeks ago, people thought, oh, this Colts team, they might be a dark horse. Like, and now they're not even in the playoffs. I mean, what's going on? And then the Bengals this week, who people thought, oh, they're going to make a Super Bowl run. They just lost to the Browns. I mean, this is what I'm kind of drawing from everything that's going on. This week has taught me a lot, okay? The Chiefs, they're the favorites, okay? Let's be honest with ourselves. The Chiefs, we're not blowing any of these weird games. We're not losing to any of these weird teams. We haven't lost to a team that is a bad team. I will say that, okay? The lowest record team that we've lost to this season was the Ravens. They were healthy. They had Lamar Jackson, and they barely won that game. That is the only below 500 team that we've lost to this season. Every single other game against teams that were below 500 were games that we absolutely crushed them, okay? You know, I can't sit here and say that the Chiefs aren't going to win this. I mean, we'll see what happens on the NFC side, but I can't sit here and say that the Chiefs aren't the favorites to go on and win the AFC. I mean, I just think it's going to happen. And I mean, obviously, I think we're going to win the Super Bowl too, but that's not really the discussion we're having right now. The NFC, honestly, I mean, it was cool, I guess, but it wasn't as crazy as the AFC. I mean, we all got to admit that. The AFC, such a competitive conference. I mean, it just is. It is absurd, the amount of talent that's in the AFC. Man, I felt like I was just sweating, watching that football game, Chargers versus Raiders. That was one of the best games I've ever seen. Might be the best game I've ever seen. I mean, it's right up there with the Chiefs-Chargers game that I watched a few weeks ago. We all saw that. That was insane. Travis Kelce game winner. But man, I am just so thrilled about the direction that the NFL is going in. I think we all have a great reason to be grateful. I just think we do. As an NFL fan, all of you NFL fans watching at this point in time, we have so much to be grateful for. So much talent, so many good football games. I mean, it's just a great time to be a football fan. So, anyway, rolling into the playoffs. I'm excited. I'm pumped up. And I will see you in the next episode of Chiefs Chat. Peace out.